Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. This is your man Storm, and in today's video, we'll be talking about the information that we have received from Monster Hunter Wilds. I am a big fan when they did the Monster Hunter World game and Iceborne, and my main weapon I use in Monster Hunter is the Switch Axe. Me and my hunter crew is already back together, who I usually game with. They are ready to take the next hunt in Monster Hunter Wilds that release sometime next year. So, with that being said, let's get on with the information. This information comes from the PlayStation blog. It reads, "Greetings PlayStation fans. Today, during State of Play, we revealed some exciting news and information from Monster Hunter Wilds. It's been some time since we first announced the game last December, so the team is thrilled to show off our newest trailer to everyone. It's still a small taste of things to come, but we hope you can pick up on what the game main theme, the living world. Beyond the new trailer itself, we also like to introduce some of the monsters, characters, and even share some info about the hundreds of new mounts." So they are expanding what they did with Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World definitely set itself apart from the traditional Monster Hunter games, where like each area is like a loading screen, like its own separate section. But when Monster Hunter World came to be, every location was connected from the upper portion of the map with the tree when you're above the trees, or down by the water in the bottom level, and everything in between. So it did make it very interesting when you try to hunt down the monster or try to escape from the monster, knowing that no matter what, he's still chasing after you, even though you're in a whole different part of the map. And the very likely are running into other monsters that are located in that same location to experience either luring a monster into another monster to have a territorial battle between them, so you could get easy licking off of them, or gather some resources from other species that's in that biome. Alright, on to the next one. Breathtaking immersion. Every local monster and person acts with their own thoughts and motivation, combining dynamic to bring an immersive and constantly changing Monster Hunter World ecosystem to life. Changing environments. In Monster Hunter Wild, locals are dense, deep, and three-dimensional. Let's start with the Windward Plains, shown in the trailer, which is a vast, untamed land ready to be explored. While exploring this, new local hunters will discover harsh environments, contrast by abundant landscapes teeming with life, even extreme weather conditions that transform the local in unexpected ways. The Windward Plains, a vast sand plain, and the first local that the investigation team will explore after setting foot into the Forbidden Lands. The local consists of a variety of unique areas made up of sand deserts, swaying grasslands, and twisted rock formations. So, as you can see in the trailer, this is our first location that the team come across, and already there's like a whole bunch of different monsters, especially some are living in the desert, some in the grasslands, and so far we haven't seen what kind of monsters that we could run into the mountains per se, but the fact the weather, the change of weather could have some type of effect on the natural habitats of the monsters. Let's say for example, if there's like a big old sandstorm, a set of monsters that could be pushed out of that habitat area, but the ones who thrive in the sandstorm could actually take control over that set area. Or maybe like in the grassland, there's a big old thunderstorm at night, and a certain set of monsters will take that, will have that spot, but during the daytime it will be a whole different set of animals. At least that's what I think, what the trailer tells me. And by the looks of it, the weather do have some type of effect on the monsters' emotions, or so like sometimes it looks like they go into rage when they're in the storm. So I'm kind of curious depending on the monster, what can the weather do to them? Will it like certain weather make the monster more vulnerable, or it will give it like increase the strength of the monster? Like, let's say for example, it's raining and you're fighting like a monster with a hard armor. Because of the its like skin is getting more wet, you're not doing much damage because your weapons like slip it off its skin like it was slime, something to that extent. But without further ado, let's keep it going. This is just one such region that awaits you, and rest assured that a world full of countless surprises and discoveries to be made await. In Monster Hunter Wilds, environments will change drastically. Monsters and organisms will change and adapt according to changes in the environment, resulting in a world that feels truly alive, a believable ecosystem of monsters. The monsters act independently to survive in these harsh environments. In Monster Hunter Wilds, hunters can expect immerse themselves in a vibrant ecosystem of monsters living in nature, including a large-scale group of monsters that will move in herds and packs and interact with one another. That pretty much sounds like what I talked about before, but usually we never really see like monsters move in packs. So that is a very interesting concept, because which means there will be smaller version of the same monster, but they're always gonna be that one alpha in charge of them. So it would be kind of it would be interesting to see how that play out. Like, will like other big monsters will have their own packs, or will it just be like a certain monster? Because I would like to see how will like a pack of wyverns will look like from like how the monster in Monster Hunter World, let's say, let's give an example, like a Rathalos. We know there's a Rathalos and a Rathian, but would they probably add like smaller versions of a Rathalos and Rathian to show like the small show that they're the pack leader? It almost kind of sounds like what they did with the Great Jaguaress's Monster Hunter World, that you see its babies running around and you just see the main Great Jaguaress there. So that would be kind of interesting to see. We have two new monsters that appeared in the trailer, and sorry if I mispronounced their name. The first one is called a Doshaguma. It's a fang beast, a monster with a tongue, strong looking build. Doshaguma are highly territorial, have a wide habitat range, and can be very aggressive. Large pack of monster have sometimes been spotted. You can see this monster action in the trailer. And the next one is called a Chatacabra. It's an amphibian. This amphibian species uses adhesive saliva to attach ore and other substance to its forelegs to strengthen itself. So it is very interesting. We got our first look at two sets of monsters. As of right now, as me recording this, State of Play is still going on with the interview with the devs, and they did reveal another monster. I might add that in the update video later on. So now we have three, and usually when it comes to Monster Hunter World, like the cover for the game will have some type of hint of what the Elder Dragon is, even by the art. I could tell from the art for Monster Hunter World it looked like two different monsters, but the thing is, the fact we haven't seen the Elder Dragon yet, which no problem with that. They're probably keeping that a secret. But one thing that did threw me off a little bit for the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer, because usually when it comes to like reveal trailers for Monster Hunter, they usually start off like with a Rathalos because that's technically, well, that is considered to be the Monster Hunter poster child. So it was pretty interesting that Monster Hunter Wild showed off without revealing Rathalos. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. Alright, on to our next set of news. Now we're going to talk about the two animals that we saw in the trailer that are inhabitants of the desert area. Well, I'm going to call it Ceratont, which I pretty much butchered that name, please forgive me, is a herbivore. A Ceraton males protect surrounding females of their species from lightning by catching the lightning strikes with well-developed dorsal horns on their back and releasing them to the ground. They form large herds with the male Ceraton at the center, which is pretty interesting to see because we did saw in the trailer lightning was striking everywhere, and when the male Ceraton managed to use his dorsal as a lightning rod to protect its female herd that was surrounding him, which had me curious, are there other animals in the world of Monster Hunter Wild that does somewhat the same thing or have a unique way to protect their herd? Like maybe probably there's like a monster that have a different type of way to protect his herd in the grasslands or in the mountains. But time will tell when the game gets closer to launch. So far we don't know the other areas in this game, so I can't wait to see. The next one that we saw is a Dalthodon. It's also a herbivore. This herbivore, while changing its habit, depend on the season. When it senses danger, it will sometimes take a defensive posture and fight back with its well-developed head shell, which is kind of interesting because animals like these are not really part of the main hunt. They usually, when they're threatened, they will try to run away from you, but this one will try to defend itself. I believe we have seen other monsters that did this in the world, but I can't really think of any, because usually these type of monsters, the only thing you're going for them is either some type of small crafted material or some meat that you're able to cook to help with your stamina bar. Alright, now we're gonna move on to the mount that we got to see in the trailer. Now we're going to move on to the secret. A secret is an extension mount for traveling through vast fields. Say hello to your trusty new mount, the secret. The small but nimble monsters are ridden by hunters and other members of the Research Commission. Using their strong sense of smell, they can automatically take you to destinations that you specify on your map. You'll be able to use certain items and even use your slinger on the move. I'm glad the slinger is back because it definitely was very helpful in Monster Hunter Wild and Iceborne, allowing you to recover your health, sharpen your weapon, or even gather materials all from the safety of your secret. In addition to acting as a rideable mount, the secret enables hunters to access and switch to secondary weapons without returning to base. Use this brand new ability to adapt quickly to ever-change hunts in Monster Hunter Wild, which is very cool because it's kind of sound like the secret is like your mobile inventory. So I'm wondering, are we able to have items on the secret that we could have access to if we're ever low, like potions, meat, wild berries, traps, and all that jazz? But that is pretty cool that you're able to bring a secondary weapon. So now it gonna have me thinking what would be my secondary weapon to use, because I usually main a switch axe. Maybe dual blades, heavy bow gun. Like, I definitely gonna have to hit the training grounds to see which one fits my playstyle. So I can't wait to see how that looks. Alright. And also for the secret, I wonder I know they got the idea for the secret for the Monster Hunter Rise game, which have you having a mount that you can ride, but it will also, if you're hunting by yourself, it will like help you fight in battles. So I'm wondering, will the secret be able to do that? If not, that's okay. Just something I'm wondering about. And I'm wondering, can we like put like armor on it so everybody's secret could be different from one another, and also change the color of it. That's also, I would like to see how the customization would look compared to Monster Hunter World. Alright, on to our next one. The 14 iconic weapon types make their return in Monster Hunter Wild, choosing from the Great Sword, Longsword, Sword and Shield, Dual Blades, Hammer, Hunting Horn, Lance, Gun Lance, Switch Axe, Charge Blade, Insect Glaive, Light Bowgun, Heavy Bowgun, and Bow. So our 14 iconic weapons all make a return, which should not be a surprise to anybody. Honestly, I expect that was going to be the case unless they were adding some new weapons. While the series veterans should find themselves right at home, there are plenty of new actions for each weapon type that will take your hunt to the next level. We shared a small look at a few of these for the Great Sword and the Heavy Bowgun, and we look forward to sharing more information on all the new actions in the future. For now, let's go over those new abilities. Alright, so basically the 14 weapons are back, but they are coming back a little bit different from their previous version from other games. So on the next bit info, let's take a look at what they mean by that. The first new mechanic they're adding is called Focus Mode. In Focus Mode, hunters will have more precise control over how they guard, aim, and attack in order to target a monster's weak points for big damage. Focus Mode makes it easier to adjust your distance to the monster and your attacks, making the distinctive monster hunter hunting at you more accessible to a wider variety of players. Some weapons also feature distinctive moves that can also be used in this mode. I think this will be good. It does make it easier for the hunters to be able to, like, certain monsters will have like a certain part that is able to be cut off, like especially like the tail. So I think this will be helpful to get those precision hits to cut off the monster tail or damage a specific spot. So I believe this will mostly be used for those users who use a great sword, because when it comes to like trying to cut off the monster tail and stuff, I say the great sword is the best one to use for that kind of situation. Alright, and the next new mechanic they added was Hook Slinger. A new version of the Slinger has been added to the Hunter's standard equipment in Monster Hunter Wilds. Use it to collect items from a distance, even while on the back of the secret. Some contextual action using the Slinger can also be activated from a distance. We can't wait for you to see how all these systems come together to make for a truly evolved hunting experience that retains the depth of the series is known for, while providing new and exciting ways to hunt. So that is pretty cool. You don't have to get off your mount or get to a certain or try to find a way to get to that resource. You can actually use your hook slinger to grab them. So, which is all very good indeed. Right. Now we're reaching to the end point of the news information. Let's look at the set new characters from this research team. The story takes place in the Forbidden Lands, where you will set foot into a vast region that the guild has yet to investigate. What discoveries await you in this unexplored land, full of new faces to new monsters to discover, allows us to introduce you to a few of the key characters you will meet in the story. The first set of character is the Hunter. Basically, your created character. You can customize them. You can do a male or female and customize them any way you see fit. Try and make it look like you in the game, or try to do something very different. And from the trailer, to my knowledge, this is the first Monster Hunter game that our protagonist actually speaks, and also the Palico, which is very interesting. Because usually the Monster Hunter, the main character is usually the silent protagonist, and our handler will be the one that will be doing the talking for us. But now that they added voice acting, I definitely can't wait to see how the story will go now that we could communicate with the situation that's going on. Speaking of Palico, a feline that supports the protagonist as a Palico. The Palico speaks the same language as humans and will greatly support you and aid you on your adventures. Now it got me thinking, will we be able to do a male and female Palico? That'd be interesting to see. Alright, next, one of the research team, we got Alma, a guide-appointed handler who relay monster hunt requests and authorization, and also manages the hunter quest. Alma will join you on the field and throughout your adventure, providing useful information and helping you keep track of your quests and supply items. She's our new handler, and a lot of people like her, which is kind of surprising. I actually found out some people hated the handler from Monster Hunter Wild and was glad that we were using a different one in Iceborne, which is kind of weird to me. I didn't see nothing wrong with the handler that we had in Monster Hunter World. I don't know. Like, if you know why people didn't really like her, please tell me, because I am curious. Alright, the next one we have is Gemma. For anything you need forged, Gemma is ready to go. As a research commission smithy, Gemma will be in charge of crafting your armor and weapons. Yes, Gemma is our smithy. She will craft the weapons and armor for us. And for what I seen online, she's definitely the people favorite when it comes to Monster Hunter Wild, which not very surprising. We can all see why everybody loves her. Alright, and last but not least is a mystery character that we have. His name is I know I had his name somewhere. His name is Nata, a mysterious young boy that accompanies you on your journey. Not much is known from him, especially from the website, but apparently he is going to play some key role in the game, so I am curious what his story is. So that's all the characters that we know as of right now that's going to be joining your research team. Now we're going to talk about the last bit of info to wrap it up for the news from Monster Hunter Wild. To wrap it up, we hope you enjoyed the new trailer and all the detail we shared today for Monster Hunter Wild. The team is working hard to craft an immersive hunting experience with a compelling story, so please stay tuned for more information to come. Players of Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter World Iceborne on PlayStation can use their save data to receive special bonuses in Monster Hunter Wilds. As you can see with the save data, you can get the armor set feline leather and weapon feline acorn spade, and armor set of feline duffel with the weapon feline trekker pickaxe. Both armor and weapon that your Palico use in Monster Hunter World and Iceborne. So the game is launching in 2025, and you could look at their bonuses on their website to see, and more information will be coming in the future. And so that will wrap up all the information that I managed to gather from Monster Hunter World Iceborne. What do you guys think? Are you guys gonna pick it up the game, or any first timers gonna play a Monster Hunter game for the first time? Anything that they added pique your interest in the game. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you stay with me to the end of the video, I'm pretty much thankful that you leave a like, share, and give some feedback what you think for Monster Hunter Wilds in the future. Is it going to be a day one buy, a pass, or a wait and see approach? Well, this is your boy Storm, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoy your day, and I'll catch you later.